society is run by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar Education Society. We established 3 law colleges in the rural and urban areas to educate, especially more weaker sections of the groups or rather the societies. Thank you, Mr. President Liberato, the first Vice President of the Congo, and moderator, Ms. Ilona Grenitz, for giving me or providing such a wonderful opportunity to express my views. My subject is legal mechanism, but with special reference to India. I am going to discuss with my fellow Dr. Shukla. Women is to be considered as marginalized groups of the society in the world. They are being victimized even before birth. In India, there are instances of female infanticide and etc. Situation of the women in the world are more or less same, including in rural areas and in the rural areas, not even in our India. This is a gender-based issue or rather gender discrimination. What is gender? There are directive principles of state policy which will be governed by economy and state government, and it gives that equal pay for equal work and the most precious right, free legal aid and advice to each and every woman, irrespective of their social or economic criteria. Now she is getting free legal aid in India. And there are several duties, fundamental duties laid down on the citizens not to make derogatory remarks or sentences towards the women. Now, in spite of this, there are penal laws, there are some progressive laws with the harmonization of the international levels. There are, and with the help of judicial activism, we have a very good laws. Suppose in the most heinous crime rape, there was a...
Your attention regarding certain cases. The first case I would like to draw the attention about Amisha Bhatt. Amisha Bhatt was a lady. She is about 28 years aged lady. She's been compulsorily aborted 6 times by her husband and her father-in-laws. I am repeating, without her consent and will, to obtain the male child. The intention of the creed of the father-in-law, mother-in-law and the husband was to get the male child. Though there is a law prevailing in India and there are the provisions that the sonography report cannot be given or doctors have been restricted, though she was being aborted 6 times and subsequently she was not able to conceive the child, so she was thrown out of the family. So when the matter approached to me, we filed the criminal complaint. We arranged for the arrest of that mother-in-law, father-in-law and the husband, and she's been now rehabilitated. But the only thing is that she's been thrown out of the family. Normally, as per the Indian culture, the lady does not go for the second marriage. So now she has to live a life totally in a single person way. Because, of course, I will be able to see that the punishment is being imposed on father-in-law and mother-in-law. But she has spoiled the body. She is not in proper way to even she can take the can do the physical work of domestic nature also. Because she has got to develop the weaknesses. I am referring to the second matter. That is about this is about the gender-based discrimination. Because the family members were requiring a male child. So that is why she was being aborted. I am referring to another case. That is of Mahesh Bhubani. He was a young boy near Bhavnagar. Bhavnagar is a small town in Gujarat, in which a lady was not having a child after the marriage of 10 years. So after consulting gynecologists and every doctors and everybody, they were tired. So they consulted the occultist. So he advised him for some prayer. So the young boy was being caught and both the eyes were being pierced with a nail and offered to some god. Subsequently, the lady asked that she want a baby boy. Then the boy, his testicles were being offered to mother, and the boy become impotent and blind. This is also, you can see, it's a climax of getting the madness of male child. So the question of the burning of a wife with a dead husband, which was known as a sati pratha. Initially it was there, if the husband dies earlier, before the wife, then wife was compelled to Wife was compelled to get burned in the crematorium because of the rule of Mughals, because they are harped upon the remarriage of a widow. As per the Holy Quran, the provision of Surah Nisad, ayat number 133, the widow can go for the remarriage. Same way, the rule of Britishers, they also control these things, that the burning of a lady was stopped. But the position is even worse, that though they are not being burned with the husband's dead body, but they are living in the society as if they are burning on daily basis. So I am referring the case of Neha Thakur, who was having two daughters, so one son, one daughter. She was having age of about 23 years old, and she was thrown out of the family because she became widow. Her husband lost the life because of some accident, for which she was not liable. In that case, the foundation helped her for filing the different cases against the in-laws. We got successfully the share in the property. The matter which was being referred by Honorable Vice President, that the land is not available to ladies. So we managed through the legal procedures. We filed the civil suits. We filed maintenance suits for alimony from the in-laws, and we successfully got the result that she is being rehabilitated. Now I would like to draw your kind attention in embroidery machines for the training of those female inmates, and we have started 3 primary schools in prison for those kids who are actually innocent. So this is the way the justice is to be delivered for these women. Now all the women who are going under training, their accounts will be open in the bank's accounts, and they will start earning. So after the releasing from the prison, they can be rehabilitated. So this is the biggest thing. I think we have solved the problem in Gujarat, but probably in other states of India like Tamil Nadu, Bombay, Maharashtra or Punjab, there would be the same problem, that the female inmates have no income, no training, no professional the income or anything for rehabilitation. So that is the basic issue. Now I would like to draw the attention about the common causes and common problems. The Indian Constitution provides under Article 226 and 227 that for the public cause a public interest litigations can be filed. So I would like to draw the attention regarding the 2 successful public interest litigations. The first was that it is a really matter of shameful for even me also to be presented, because I am Indian and I am Gujarati. In our country and in our state, our city, there are no public urinals and toilets in adequate number. So all the female members, they have to use
public.
They have to use. I feel ashamed to tell you in publicly, but they can't use. They have to go in open places. They have to hide behind the trees, or even it can be told that it's an open toilet country that way. So we filed a PIL after making the survey, and fortunately about 21,000 public urinals and toilets for the population of 50 lakhs in Ahmedabad are being successfully. Understood that the private sector people do the exploitation of the employees. Equal pay for the equal work. That is the slogan which has been spoken here. So it is a normal policy that it is observed that a private sector employees give the lesser salary. But in case of Gujarat, it is really shocking that I have prepared the data that people were being employed in fixed basis for 5 years. The salary which was offered, that I have converted into the rupees, from rupees to pound as well as into dollar. So a school teacher who was qualified as a MA, Masters in Arts and Bachelor's in Education, she was being paid 2,500, which is equivalent to 35 pounds and $53 per month for 5 years. The multi-health worker, he was being given the equivalent salary. I am referring about the police constable who was being paid salary of $19 per month, 19, for fixed for 5 years. So this was a state-sponsored exploitation. A state is a model employer, The state should not exploit the staff in such manner. In total, about 5 lakh employees were working on this time. They were the messengers, they were the cook, wiremen, village assistants, revenue officers, then skill assistants.
Are language and they should be translated into work on the ground before the people, and I think that education that you mentioned is and we will be discussing next year more about that, is one of the most important things regarding women to get to equal rights, and societies also to be able to explore the full potential of all the members. And I would also congratulate you on your work concerning this obsession of some families having male children only because I have read not very long ago that within the next 20 years or so, India will face quite severe economical problems because there will not be enough young women there to not only to work but also to continue the population of the country. So you can only build society with men and women, and this is very necessary, and by now everybody knows that the sex of a child is destined by the man's genes and not by the women's genes. So I mean, if a couple wants a boy and they have only girls, it is the husband that should be changed and not the wife.
Great.
Well, actually, we're coming back to some more serious points, and I'm very glad to welcome Ms. Leah Octor, who is legal advisor and who is from the International Commission of Jurists, and she will be looking into the topic of our panel from the point again of a lawyer, and I welcome her to start her speech.
Thank you very much. And let me start by thanking Congo very much for the opportunity to be here today and to participate in this discussion on women's human rights, and more particularly on women and the law and enforcement and implementation. Let me also apologise for being late and inverting the speaker's order. And thank you for stepping in to cover me. I think we should have actually started with me and give you some kind of international picture, and then my colleagues would give you the picture from the ground. And I have to say, really, having heard what they've had to say, there's not a lot for me to add, because their presentations really do demonstrate and emphasise the problem I was going to speak about in terms of the law on the one hand and potentially very...
You are the basic elements for creating any crime or for any liable for any offence. So the basic function of law is to remove the mens rea. So that is what I am emphasizing. The offences against the women should be removed by removing the mens rea. So the first thing, the literacy should be given. Law should be provided as a transformation. The girl was asking regarding the legal literacy. Legal literacy can be given by identifying different target groups. We have identified different target groups. See, we are teaching. The teacher is the series for the teachers, law for lawyers,